What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. How's the mic? We got the new mic in the house. I think it's too loud. I'm talking. Let's see. I don't know. You tell me. I can adjust it, but we are back. I am now going to just refer to myself from here on out as ATR Simulations. Guys, I don't know what happened after that stream. I must have hit my back or like hit my head or something when we crunched it into that tiny little airport, and I just fell in love with the ATR. I dedicated pretty much all of last night to studying the ATR, learning some procedures on the ATR, and kind of developing my own flow patterns, looking at what VAL has and kind of tweaking it. So I think we're in for a fun one. I was originally scheduling for 2 legs to come back. I didn't realize how slow this 72 is actually going to be on this route today. It's kind of a long one, so we might just do the 1 leg there. And then maybe we'll do a repo to Juliana or something. I gotta pick up some other stuff too on the way home. So we'll see. We'll play it by ear, but we're gonna go by the book. We're gonna take it slow and steady. And guys, I love this airplane. I know you think I'm crazy. I think I'm crazy. I can't even believe myself when I say that. But one thing I will note is that my sim at home that was on a fresh install, the airplane did some things that my airplane at this sim wouldn't do. So I reinstalled the ATR completely on my sim here at the office, and so far so good. So if you are encountering weird bugs, maybe you just need to uninstall and reinstall the whole ATR from Content Manager. So I'm going to show you what I learned. I got some cool things to show you. I hope you're ready. It's going to be a fun one. Blue Bear's in the house. Captain Will's in the house. McAllen, Tim K, Caleb W, AJ Funari, RC Flyer, Tyson, Zach Lewine, TV Flight, King Air Pilots in the house. Good to see you, man. And many, many more. I had to adjust my Iveo headset volume. It was only coming in on one ear. Looks like we have ATC on with Iveo as well. So, guys and gals, welcome in. This should be fun. This should be fun. Let me make sure everything is good on Iveo as far as microphone. All right, awesome. Here we are. Look at that. We got a silver ATR. We got a Caribbean ATR over there. We're just ATR'd up all around here. We're sitting at the Latin VFR San Juan Airport, outstation for American Eagle. Actually, I guess it wasn't really an outstation. Technically, it's a base. American Eagle will be operating. This is old school Eagle Flight 5426. I think I have to look up my call sign. But this is on VAAL. So let's make sure we have everything
Can I get a radio check?
Negative. Let's pull up the old Pegasus here. There you go. So we're gonna go through this one time. Exclamation point VAL if you want more information on VAL. This is hopefully it'll track my flight. I hope I am on the right version. Hopefully they will accept this PIREP. Maybe not. Make sure yours is 1.6 has been downloaded and will be applied at the next restart. I think this one will still work, right? Okay. Anyway, we've got our flight plan here. If you want more information on how to fly old school routes or these even real world American routes today, consider joining VAL. It's a great virtual airline. They set you up with everything you need. So we got our flight plan in the box. We got our fuel. We got our payload that we're going to be doing. We have our ACARs booking over here. I've started the flight. Always make sure you start the flight. Piedmont in the house. The VAL general manager himself, GM or CEO, I'm not sure what you want to be referred to as, but Piedmonter, the head cheese, how about that? He is in the chat. He says it will work on this one. Excellent. Thank you, Piedmonter. Appreciate you. You can also check out the live map. This is the best feature of AMSIS. I love doing this, is seeing the live map. So we are somewhere down here. That's us, San Juan right there. We're going to be crossing over some weather. Good thing I got the weather radar working, so we're looking at the weather here. We got to pick our way through this mostly low-level rain, and then it's clear sailing over here, VFR all the way down to St. Kitts. We got the scenery off the Indie Builds manager as well, so pretty scenery over there. You can see there's a couple of VALers up. We got somebody going Charlotte to Jamaica. We got someone going to Nassau, Tampa, O'Hare. Any long haulers in here? No long haulers. LaGuardia to Tampa, Miami SFO. That's a long one. That's going the wrong way there. It's he's going to be flying for a while. DFW to San Antonio. And someone going into LA from Salt Lake. Oh, here's a long hauler. What we got here? Ooh, Philly to Heathrow. What's this guy in? This guy is flying a 787-900. Sweet. So he's making his way out. So that's our map. This is where I'm going to get all my info from. Again, if you want to check it out, VAAL. There's exclamation point VAAL, and there's probably a link in the description. If not, then I made a mistake, but just use the command. Nightbot should pull it up for you. So I'm going to hide this for now, but that's where we're going to get all our infos from. And let's go ahead and start our pre-flight. Hop into our cockpit, guys. So this, the ATRs, the older one. So Eagle American Eagle used to fly the older. It is still Eagle Flight, right? Peed monitor, call sign. I think it's still Eagle Flight out here, right? Their ATRs were the older version. They weren't the 72-600s. They weren't glass, and they were brown. So this livery pack, I posted it on the Nightbot command as well. Exclamation point a livery, and you can get a link directly to all these liveries from this gentleman that did, I think, 4 or 5 tail numbers with the brown cockpit or the blue-gray cockpit if you want. You can pick which one you want to do. Executive Eagle. Is it Executive Eagle? Is the call sign? Maybe it is Executive Eagle because it's I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to go with Eagle Flight until I hear otherwise. But, yeah, beautiful cockpit. Everything looks so juicy. We got a custom cabin too as well. I'll show you that when we get in, get everything loaded up. But here we are. We got everything open, doors, cargo, wheel chocks. Let's go ahead and fire this puppy up. So I'm going to come up here, turn the battery on. With the battery on, we're going to let the airplane kind of come to life, and it's going to do this weird like sound thing. So I'm just going to come to the outside view here for a minute. Love VAL. Use the random airport feature and get to places I wouldn't otherwise think of. Nice. All right, Tim K. I have to figure out what that is. The random airport feature? I might have to try that. EXK is Executive Eagle. EGF is Eagle Flight. That would make sense. Okay, so we are Executive Eagle is our call sign. Executive Eagle, Eagle Flight, EGF, the former Envoy, or no, Envoy now. It used to be Eagle Flight. Now it's Envoy, but EXK, Executive Eagle. That's what we got, which would make sense because that's our Executive Eagle livery pack. All right, we got the airplane powered up on batteries. Let's go ahead and go right into the external power. I'm going to go ahead and turn on some cockpit lights in here because it is a little bit dark under these clouds. So let's go ahead and get the MIP PED up. We'll turn this flood up a little bit as well. Coming over here, the whiskey hatch is probably going to be open. And let's go ahead and run through some flows. I'm not going to test the fire loops because I don't want to accidentally pull the bottle. But we're
34 radio check.
Hey, super loud, but it works.
Oh, sorry about that.
I'm going to turn it down here. All right, coming down the overhead, we can do your little fuel pump cross flow. So you got run, pressure light goes out, pressure light goes out. Now we check to make sure it gets both of the lights, get the ECAM caution. Beautiful. Close the cross feed. Mechanic, we don't need to call them. Main cabin lights, we'll go ahead and turn those on right now. Dome, we'll just leave it in the dim mode. Standby compass, storm light, we don't need any of that. We'll get the nav lights on, we'll get the logo lights on. Coming up this overhead here, everything looks good. Crossing over, you could do your little CVR test. We'll skip that. Come down the hydraulics. Everything looks good here. No anti-ice needed right now. We'll keep the seatbelt signs off, but we'll get the emergency exits into the arm position. And the annunciator lights we'll put in bright since we're going to be above the clouds. And we'll turn on the main oxygen supply there. Readability 5,000. Excellent. All right, so with our initial overhead complete, I'm going to come down here. Check this out, guys. Remember yesterday I said that I wish they had just a 2D pop out of the other panel, and I take that back. I stand corrected. I figured out how to manipulate this better. It just took me some time practicing. I'm going to come here. I'm going to manually delete all these. I don't want any of these emergency procedures. And then I'm going to cancel the caution, and we're going to just go ahead and clear that. And now I'm going to bring up the procedure menu, and that's the nice clean lower ECAM that I want. So that is set. I'm going to hit a magic barrel ref key while I think about it, and then let's go ahead and load the aircraft. So I'm going to come over here to flight plan. I don't know if we set flight plan, so let's hop into the box. We'll go FMS1 actions. We'll initialize that. Pause init. We'll take our current GPS position. We'll go back, return, nav data. Microsoft Nav Database, cool. Flight plan, init. Now we're going to load her up here. Full ATR love set, Lufthansa, oh yeah. Any plans to fly for VUAL? Not yet, Nat. I was never formally invited. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have any plans yet, but probably. I mean, why not? I fly for all the other ones. Probably, my man, probably. So let's go ahead and set flight plan. This is us, Hamar 2 Sluggo direct to Juliana and then TKPK. Now, it did load it properly this time. I've been noticing that it sometimes if it doesn't load it, you just load flight plan again. One thing that I will do is I'm going to load up the NDB Sierra Kilo Bravo. I'm going to put that... yes. I'm going to put that NDB above the airport because we're going to do an NDB approach, hopefully. Hopefully we'll be able to do the NDB with the full procedure, and we'll go over some NDB stuff because when's the last time y'all shot an NDB approach? We won't need it, I don't think. It's supposed to be VFR at 1,000,000, but I'm going to put that in there right now. SKB is just to the, I believe it's just to the south of the field. So anyway, there is our initial flight plan. I'm going to go back to perf data now, and then we're going to go perf init. And we're going to have our cruise altitude. I think we filed 17,000, which is a little aggressive. We might have to change that. 17,000 is set, no alternate. Our weights, this is where we go to our weight and balance. So I'm going to go ahead and set fuel, set payload. But after I do that, I'm going to go over to payload page now, and we're going to load it up. So we're going to load aircraft. We need a zero fuel of 42022. 42022. So we're going to go zero fuel 42022. And our fuel weight 3467 is what we need. So we'll hit start loading and we'll close that. I'm also going to hit set takeoff trim. Now we've got our stuff in the box. Zero fuel weight 3468. Let me just verify with some of my OFP data here what we have filed. Make sure we got the right amount of fuel on board. We got a flight plan, airtime 1 hour, 128 block, fuel 3174 with some reserve and release. So we are 34. Perfect. We got 3468. We'll come over here. I'll look at my screen. Fuel on board 3390. That's good. And then you would also make sure you check it in the tanks as well. So that looks good. All right. December 2010 at SPGO for runway 14 ceiling was below minimums during my initial IR and CPL never again, but used a lot of AM radios as NDB stations. Oh yeah, Gustavo, I know about that, using it as a radio. I know all about it, my man. All right, let's go ahead and go to normal procedures. Final cockpit prep. Let's go ahead and blow through some of these here. We're going to skip some of that. Parking brake is set. Altimeters, we did the magic barrel ref. Landing elevation, we could see here, it's automatically been set 100 feet. FMS, COM, and nav. Let's pick up a clearance right now. So Iveo ATC is online. Let me give them a shout. I guess we're going to be calling San Juan approach, which is 119.4. We'll dial them in here and get our radio. So I'm going to leave that one on that page for now because I'm going to come back to it. So we'll go back to this and 119er, what did I say? 119.4, I believe. Yep, San Juan approach. And we need to make sure we have the proper ATs, which is San Juan information Charlie. VFR departures, we'll call them. Cool. All right, we've got that information Charlie. Let's give him a call, and then we're going to get into hotel mode and start boarding. San Juan approach, good afternoon. Executive Eagle 52, standby. What is our call sign again? San Juan approach. It's Executive Eagle 5628, information Charlie. Like to pick up our clearance to St. Kitts, please.
Executive 5628, San Juan approach. Hello, you cleared to St. Kitts via the Hammer to RNAV. Fly maintain 5,000, expect 17,000, 10 minutes after departure. The departure will be with me and squawk 0575.
We're clear to St. Kitts Airport, Hammer 2, RNAV departure. As filed, 5,000, 7,000 in 10 minutes. Departures with you, squawking 0575 for Executive 5246. What's our call sign? That's going to be hard. 5628.
Executive 5628, read back correct. Push back and start up your discretion. Advisement ready for taxi. Spec runway 8 for departure. San Juan altimeter 2974.
We'll expect 8 for departure. We'll give you a call ready taxi, Executive 5628. What is our call sign again? I'm going to have to pin it. Son of a gun. Hold on. What's our call sign? 5628. EXK 5628.
Request clearance to St. Kitts.
I have to pin this or I'm not going to remember it, chat. 5628 is our call sign. We're squawking 0575. We'll throw that in transponder 1. I'll make this big actually here. We'll go on, altitude on 0575, 5628. That looks good. We got him in column 1 ready to go. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to fire up hotel mode after we complete this check, and then we're going to load the passengers. So FMS comm navs are set. Fuel quantity is checked. I'll go ahead and turn the radio off until we get completely loaded up. Engine fuel used, reset, memo panel check, power management is in takeoff. Procedure complete. Before propeller rotation, CDL is on, FMS and takeoff data. Let's go ahead and confirm that. So I'm going to return. We're going to go over here to perf. Perf and NIT, weights are in there, perf speeds, there we go, 108, 108, 111, and then we'll go ahead and go manual, and then I'll come over here and I'll select perf, and I will confirm takeoff data is confirmed. Those are our speeds. Excellent. All right, I'll put you back on the flight plan page, and we also, oh, you know what, we need to load in that Hammer 2. Let's go runway 8 for departure, Hammer 2, and, ooh. What transition does he want us on that Hammer 2, I wonder? Oh, Hammer 2 to Sluggo. That would make sense because that's what we filed. Perfect. Hammer 2 to Sluggo. I'll double check that in Navigraph here. We'll have to verify these waypoints here. We got a manual leg segment. AJ Funari, my man, appreciate the $5 super chat, dude. He says, I can't fly an NEB. My iPad died in no magenta. When are we going to get Miss V1 heli pilot streams? AJ, appreciate the super chat, my man. I have to set up my helicopter sim first and foremost, but appreciate you. Yeah, her flying a helicopter would be interesting. I think I had her fly DCS one time. It didn't end well. Appreciate the super chat. I did watch that video where that guy's iPad failed. It's unfortunate. Unfortunate. All right, trims 3-axis set, tail prop. Let's go ahead and leave it there because we're not going to do propeller rotation. So what we're going to do, we're going to get the right fuel pump on. We're also going to leave the beacon off because we're not going to rotate the propeller. We're going to get our seatbelts and no devices on the line. Now you can see here our propeller situation is not good. So we come down to the pedestal and we select hydraulic pump aux. Make sure your thing is in the thingy-majig. Now we can go ahead and turn that on. Prop brake is on. Now confirm prop brake ready. It is green. Let's go ahead and use start A. We're going to start number 2. We have a new sound pack here, so... Uh-oh, did I not start it in time? I wonder if you're supposed to start it before it goes green. We're going to find out here real soon. Okay, so it can, the green light can extinguish. It'll still stay braked. Cool. All right, so we are feather, prop brake is on. Now we have some engine bleed off of number 2. We'll go ahead and disconnect the external power cart, and I will go over to aircraft. We will pull ground power, and let's start boarding up the folks. Nope, crew's already on board. Why do we have a hot start? You see that? We actually have a hot start there. That's weird. That is sus. That's the limitation of hotel mode. Ah, Sky. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate you. So, oh, well, I guess, yeah, H right at the limit. Okay. We're good. Strike number 14. No. Mickey G, what is this? So-called ATR driver? Can't wait to catch the replay and please no broken backs. Oh, no, we're going to grease it, Mickey G. We're crushing it, man. We're crushing it. We're going to leave the tail prop there. Everything else looks good. Now, I want to clear... let's go back here. I'm going to do this. And now we're going to go main procedure menu. There we go. And I'm going to come back to where we were. So let's go back to norm. Norm. And we're going to skip down to before propeller rotation, CDLs, all that. We confirmed takeoff date has already been confirmed. Tail prop, we're going to pull that on board. All right. What's our first altitude? It was 5,000, so let's set 5 up here. Brown cockpit? Yep. Brown cockpit for the old school ATRs. We'll go IAS and heading, select low. IAS is set. We're magenta speeds. Trim is up 1.5 in the pink. All right. Let's see how they're actually boarding. Okay, so, oh, they're coming in through the back, just like... Oh, how cool is this? It's actually legit. All right. Is that a Transall C-160 over there? That's a C-160 Transall. That's pretty cool. All right, so they're boarding. Let me pull up Navigraph real quick so I can look at this departure procedure, make sure we don't violate anything. And then we'll go from here. Now, I wish you could get rid of that prop sound. Just keep it in like APU mode, but we need a Boris sound pack. All right, importing from SimBrief. I want to just check out this departure procedure real quick here. Departing from San Juan on the Hammer 2 SID. Hammer 2 RNAV. All right, departing runway 8, climb on heading 078 to 520 feet, then continue, and we'll probably get a direct 2. Okay, so it's climb on heading 078. So I'll come back in here and I will adjust my heading bug right now to 078 degrees. Why is the EGT in the red? Because that is a hotel mode limitation. So apparently it's legit, no strike. Now what is interesting though, because I haven't had that before, I wonder if it's dependent on OAT. All right, 078 is set. I'm gonna just skip through this. Tail prop, doors, we'll get those seatbelts and beacon. Cool. Next procedure would be, I'm gonna come down to before taxi. All right. Let's go ahead and move you to map. Map page here. I'm gonna zoom you in. Oh wait, no, that's right. On this one, I gotta go here. All right, so we got map on this one. We're gonna go out to runway 8. So we got our taxi diagram up right there. Our heading is set. Our top altitude is set. Our squawk code is set. We're literally just chilling. We're chilling until everybody gets on board. AJ, is that you in that C-160? I bet you that's AJ in a C-160. Board him up. Is that too hot for hotel mode? Hey, don't ask me. I'm not a pro ATR pilot. Hopefully it'll come out of feather. It's dependent on wind, which would make sense if it blows from the rear, it gets hot. Yeah, that would make sense. I remember one time I was starting up to a PT6 and I had the freight truck parked behind me because of tailwind. The prop was spinning in the wrong direction. It was blowing like 35, 40 knots. So I was like, hey, I need to start this engine. So drive your truck behind the airplane so it blocks the wind. Let me start up and then drive away. That's how we used to get things done back in the freight world. MTO looks good on Iveo. Heck yeah. Iveo's got some good models, man. So like the Iveo model matching like setup was so easy. So easy. I just downloaded the whatever they call it, MTL, is that what they call it? And then it ran automated. It took about 10 minutes. It already saw everything else that I had from like IAG. It already identified stuff that I had from using VATSIM. So made it pretty nice. Which one is worse, Ryanair or Spirit Airlines? I haven't been on a Ryanair, so I wouldn't know. You can pop out cockpit screens in 2D? Yes, you can. Yeah, not the cockpit screens, Ferric. What I initially had said is like I wish they would have had a panel pop out above the screen so you can manipulate the screen like with the proper panel, kind of how the Just Flight Black Square King Air does it. But after I got to understanding the click spots a little bit better, I think it's perfectly fine the way it is. It's actually easier. All right, we're just about done boarding. We are just about done boarding. I think that's everybody, right? Yeah. All right. Let's get out of here. Prepare for pushback and departure. Can I do a pool, though? Oh, there's still... Are we still waiting on more bags? Well, we got one guy working or something. Oh, yeah, it's one guy. It's one guy loading bags. Oh, there's our Eagle cabin. Hold on. We're still waiting on the bags to finish loading. Speed brake handle. There's no speed brake on this. Speed brake handle. There's no speed brake on the ATR. Need Lou Dix in here to give some ATR pointers. Hey, just call me Lou Dix, AFO. I'm ready to roll, man. This old AA livery makes me nearly see camcorders and iPods with the passengers. Oh, yeah. You're becoming my favorite YouTuber that includes myself. Country Bumpkin. Appreciate you, man. Of course you haven't been on right now. You're still alive. GSX loads passenger first and then back, so it takes time. Ah, no worries. Yeah, he's got a couple more trays to go. Couple more trays to go. I actually have a paper checklist. Look at me. I printed out paper checklist and everything. Let me run through some of that. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah. For takeoff. Man, I got all kinds of documentation now. I'm ready to go. Let's see, safety check, we did all that. Overhead panel, fuel pumps, we did those, we checked them out. We didn't do the fire test, that's fine. Nav lights are on, logo lights are on, engine starters off, DC generators, we got all that stuff. Probes heating. Oh, emergency exit lights, windshield heating. Probes, they actually call for that on this checklist to come on. I thought that was after start. Interesting. Let me double check our yeah, he's got almost done. Let's come down here. Let's go back to the perf page. Perf and knit, return. We did all of that. All right, cool. Yeah, we did all of that. Our weights are set. Our fuel flow, we got 21 pounds because we're running in hotel mode. That's normal. So I will leave this on the flight plan page. And we've got our radio page over here. And we are literally just waiting for the passengers to load. I bet you didn't think I'd be waiting for passengers in my recent state of ATRing. How does a big turboprop like this can fly? This is Joe Planes. This airplane, the 72 specifically. This airplane specifically just flies like an absolute balloon. It's so slow. 220 knots max, maybe. We'll be lucky to see 210 today, probably. We might not even go all the way up to 17,000 feet just because it's so long, or it's so sluggish. But the 42 is a little bit more sporty, which would make sense. That's why I was kind of voting last night. Should we take a 42 or a 72? But there's no real like good liveries on the 42 for Eagle. So we were going with Executive Eagle on the 72. Anybody got a fix for the reverse thrust in this thing? Way too strong. Fenix. Barrett. So here's the thing. Let me come back inside here because it's a little loud. So let me show you what I did. We also changed things up here. So we've got our force feedback cam on, ready to roll. My yoke, so in hotel mode.
Which way are you facing?
haven't been able to fix it yet. In hotel mode, I have a very slight vibration in the yoke. Not even a vibration, just kind of a hum that the engine's running. And if I don't hold it, it'll eventually work its way over full left until I start the second prop. So, I mean, it's not completely realistic because the gust lock is technically on. But, yeah, we got this cam up, but we're rocking the Throttletek. So, the reverse thrust, you have to have more range of motion. And I don't know if Team Vodka, you're here, if anybody's watching that flies the ATR and you have the Throttletek or you have another throttle that has more range of motion, it makes a world of difference. I can even go into like idle reverse and kind of creep around and idle. What happened before, whenever I went into reverse, it would immediately go from basically idle to Microsoft Flight Dynamics of full 100% reverse, which full reverse on a turboprop is very powerful. The amount of times that I've used full reverse, I mean, I use them all. I used it all quite a bit. However, by the time the engines even got up to their full reverse, I was already getting ready to pull those power levers out of the reverse detent, bring it up to idle reverse, because the propellers really do slow you down quickly. So I don't know if it's 100% realistic. They might be a little bit too strong, but what I've found is by switching to my Throttletek throttles here, and I've got the notch and everything, so it just works out perfectly. So much easier to use notch mode and man throttle, that the reverse is not nearly as gamey as having a short range of motion. So, and I know I have my TCA Airbus throttle at my home PC that I just use to mess around when I do things preparing for streams. And yeah, you can't, going into reverse on that thing is like as soon as you hit reverse, boom, you're in reverse, and the range of travel is too short. Like you can't even taxi that thing. But you'll see when we taxi out today, I actually think it handles much better than I initially thought was possible, because I thought it was the airplane being just kind of garbo, but really it's the hardware makes a huge difference. You'll see that today when we taxi out. So I've got that ready to go. We'll go ahead and get rid of it for now until startup. It looks like we're just about ready. Now, I don't want him to push me anywhere. I don't even want him to pull me. We'll just let him start. Or what I might do is I might just restart Kutal. Let's do that. Let's just restart Kutal because I don't even want to get into that. So let's go ahead and
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
hopefully that didn't mess anything up. Okay. All right. Everything's done. Let's go ahead and close it up. So let's go ahead and close the main door, get the tail prop on board, close the service door, pull the chocks, close the cargo door. I'm going to leave it on the payload page. With that done, we got to go propeller rotation forward. So beacon light is coming on. I should have put this into the off position. That shouldn't have been sitting there and start the whole time. Now look, we don't have a green light. We need to get a green light here to de-rotate the, or I guess de-rotate? No, it'd be just unlock the propeller. Now it is ready. Prop brake off. And the propeller should start coming out of feather. There she goes. And now we'll bring it up into oh yeah, auto. We are running a sound pack. All right, so we're auto on number 2. Let's go ahead and start engine number 1. So we're gonna get the left fuel pump on. We're gonna go to crank B for this start. Starter on. Wait for 10%. There's 10%. Feather. See my yoke cam is coming up to life now. There's a rollback. We'll bring it to auto. Zippy, exclamation point sound pack. I linked it. All right, sounds like we got both engines running. We'll go ahead and turn that starter off. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the dome light. We'll go ahead and turn on these. We'll turn on the windshield heating. I'm going to crank these down. It's 22, so it's not bad. That's fine. We'll leave it as is. Close up the whiskey hatch. All right, let's go ahead and run through some more stuff here. So before taxi, and we'll also extend flaps to takeoff. All right, FWS recall, whiskey hatch is closed, CLs 1 and 2 auto confirmed, anti-icing is not required, TRU on and checked. Anti-skid test, we're gonna skip it, you just hit that thing right here, go through the whole thing. Flaps 15, nose wheel steering is on, procedure complete. Taxi checklist, taxi takeoff light, brakes, FGCP, FMA, takeoff config, we'll do that. So then that leaves us at the before takeoff. We'll leave it there. I'll put you back on the map page. There. I'm going to turn the sim down a little bit. But I like this sound. Idle sound, very good. SC1 approach, executive 5628, ready taxi Charlie.
5628, runway 8, taxi via November 1 and Sierra.
November 1, Sierra, taxi runway 8 via number 1 Sierra, executive 5628. All right, November 1 and Sierra, taxi light is on, brakes are released.
Wings 128 winds, San Juan winds calm, runway 8, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 8, Silver Wings 128.
Terminator 4714, runway 8, line up and wait.
Runway 8, line up and wait, Terminator 4714.
How many Cessna 152s are going to pass me on this route? Probably quite a bit. Probably quite a bit.
Caribbean 1995. You can contact San Juan Center 135.7. See ya.
The idle sound is so good with this little sound pack. I can smell the Jet A.
Good evening. See you.
There goes a fake green dot. I can smell the Jet A. I'll turn down my radios a little bit more. Oh, look at that. Look at that little silver wings.
Wings 128, radar contact passing 600.
Man, smash down the like button for silver wings. See how loud it is in front of the airplane? That's pretty darn accurate.
190.
I'm maintain 190, direct hammer, Silver Wings 128.
Does the ATR use ATR? Does the ATR use a tiller? Yes, it uses a tiller. I'm using my tiller. My hand's over here. I'm tillering. Right there. There's the tiller. You can see me move it. And I move the rudder pedals. It doesn't move the tiller. You can taxi a little bit with the rudder pedals, but just kind of like other big jets, can't really go past 45 degree comfortably without a tiller.
Runway 8, clear for takeoff.
Only turboprop louder and slower might be a Metro. Yeah, exactly, Felix. Felix.
Runway 8,
Exactly right. I want to hear the prop betas on landing. What if I gave you prop beta now? Watch this. Idle reverse. Isn't that cool? See what I mean about having the proper hardware makes a big difference.
Heavy, you can call San Juan Center now, 135.
All right, now we got to get going again. We still have our gust lock on, but that's all right. We get, I forget how much torque you're allowed with the gust lock on. You only get a little bit. Is that C-160? Yes, Airplace, it is an Airbus throttle. This is my Throttletek Flightbox V3. It's one I use for the Airbus. It's perfect for the ATR because of the range of motion and because the detent. So like in the real ATR, you have a little knot. It's called notch mode right here. And I guess you can feel when you kind of move the throttles into it. I wouldn't say it's a firm detent. I've never felt it in real life. But I have it bound to my, I have it set so when I hit the climb detent, I'm right in the notch detent, which is perfect. I think Lou Dis used to fly for Silver. Yeah, he did. Yeah, Mr. Martini, he's a content creator and flight instructor now. Yeah, I was watching some of his stuff earlier. Is that another? What's that over there on our left? Well, that's a C-130. Ooh, C-130 is in the house. Just that high pitch. Gosh, it hurts my ears. Not even high pitch. It's like that wispy, airy screech sound from the front side of the ATR. So real, so true. Love it. Don't pretend you're flying the ATR next time you're in the bus in real life. I know, Merlano. I got to be careful too because I got my rudder trim on my Throttletek set up as my aileron trim. Mings, yeah, exclamation point sound pack. They'll bring you right to it. All right, let's go ahead and run through some of this. Takeoff briefing. We're going to fly heading 078 up to 5.
5628, sound 1, winds calm, runway 8, clear for takeoff. After takeoff, flight runway heading.
Runway heading, runway 8, clear for takeoff, executive Eagle 5628. All right, takeoff briefing is complete. Gust lock is removed. Flight controls. Free and correct. Transponders on. Boost function as required. Cabin crew. All rudder cam is center. All done. There. So, let me go to ND. Change the format. That's what I want. I'm going to zoom it out a little bit. We'll turn the weather radar on. Let's go ahead and get the rest of our lights on. Flight 10 prepare for takeoff. I guess we should turn that cabin light off. There we go. All right, 399 watching. Smash down that like button. How many likes can we get on this ATR today? All right, here we go. Runway heading. Checks. We are centered. Yoga's in chat, or Notch is in chat. Let's go. Notch, Notch. Power set. Airspeed's alive. Retro Fly, let me get back to you, man. Thank you for that super chat. Feeling some bumps on the runway here. We'll rotate nice and easy. Positive rate, you're up. Yaw damper on. Taxi light off. Fly with. Gosh, I love it. Alright. Trim it down a little bit. A little bumpy out of here. A little bumpy out of here.
Jet Eagle 5628, radar contact passing 1,000. You can climb maintain 17,000.
Climb and maintain 17,000, Executive Eagle 5628. All right, there's 1,000 feet. I'm gonna lower the nose. I'm gonna roll this up. We'll get the rest of it here. There's F speed. I'm gonna get flaps first. And let's go into climb power. You can see we got a little bit of
Jet 5628, can proceed direct to hammer when able.
direct to hammer, Executive Eagle 5628. All right, direct to hammer. That, I like that. Keeps us out of the weather. We'll DTO hammer, execute, and nav. So we're LNAV IAS hold. We're going direct hammer. That should keep us just clear of that big cell there. We'll go through a little bit of rain. That's fine.
Kilo November, San Juan approach. Hello, you are cleared to save. Kits is filed.
Look, it's definitely bumpy though. Look at my yoke. Let's see if I hit another bump. Of course, now it's smooth.
That's flight level 330.
Like, oh, there's another one. As we get into this turbulence, I can feel it. It's just so awesome. All right, I'm gonna resync my heading bug here. 25 knots, going through a little bit of a rain. It's raining. Hopefully there's no hail. OAT is above +7.
1 kilo November, read back correct.
So we're all right there.
Discretion.
Trim it out just a little bit more.
You can expect runway 10 for departure. San Juan Alpha.
All right, I also want to set altitude of 17,000. Scroll it up here with my altitude knob.
So wings 128, you can call San Juan Center on 135.7. See ya.
17,000 is set.
135.7, submarine 128. Thanks for ATC. Have a great day.
Oh, look at that. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. I'm in love with this airplane now. I'm in love with this airplane. Let's go outside view for a minute. Oh yeah, just going through a rain shaft right there, that's all. So it looks like there's some nasties over there. We'll stay clear of that. We'll pick our way out through here. If we can climb up above this, that'll be the way to go. Just maintaining 170 knots. Picked up a little bit of a tailwind, 31 knots, quarter tailwind. This is all rain here. All this light green like that, and that's just rain. We don't have to worry about that. There should be a big nasty off the right somewhere. Oh, that looks like a big nasty over there. Yeah, it looks like it gets a little thicker that way. So we're going to stay on this course here. I was going to see if we can get a shortcut, but let's just stay on our flight plan route for now. Mr. Professional ATR Pilot. What's up, Water? Dead. ATR, man. It's fun. Now that I've learned it, I feel like I'm better off. Now I need to, let me clear this. There we go. I'm going to procedures off for now. All right, let's go ahead and take a look up top here. That looks good. I'll come off there. 17 in the duck, 22 in the back. You should try to fly to airports in the Philippines when you have the time. There's a lot of challenging airports. I'm sure we'll make our way to the Philippines. When that 777 drops, it's going to open up a whole new can of worms for long-haul flights and places to go and check out. This will probably wrap up our Caribbean. It wouldn't even. This wasn't really a Caribbean tour, but this was just a fun little section here. Oh, I did miss a super chat. Let me go back. Let me go back to the supers here. I'm going to keep hand flying though. Got me right on the takeoff. Who was that? Retro Fly Diffie. My man, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hey Cap, can you tell me how you get model matching out of the planes like the 146 Fokker F-28? Thanks. Retro Fly Diffie.
1357, jumping in for someone.
So for right now, I'm using Iveo, and I believe it's the MTL installer that will install the AI traffic. Now, here's the thing. You specifically mentioned 146 and Fokker F-28. To my knowledge, if you have the Fokker F-28 and the BAE 146 and someone is flying that Fokker or 146, it will show that high detailed model as traffic, which can be good and bad. Number one, it looks awesome, but the downside is it can be a little bit harder on performance, like if you have 50 Fokker F-28s and they're all super high def. But someone in chat might be able to correct me if I'm wrong on that. But I noticed that initially when we were flying the F-28s around, other people would fly the Fokker, and it was the same exact model as the one I had. Now, if you don't have the F-28 or the 146, you just have to use a model matching program such as FSLTL, AIG if you're on VATSIM, or the one I use now on Iveo, MTL. So hope that kind of clears it up, but I appreciate your support. But yeah, all the other traffic you see, that's just called model matching. Does anyone know if the real aircraft climbs as slow as the sim version? Ferric, I would love to know that myself. I mean, the 72 is known to be a bit of a dog. But it feels so alive. I just love having force feedback. I don't know, I am really happy that I finally pulled the trigger on the Brunner. I was looking at it for probably over a year. Like I first got wind of it, maybe not a year ago. Yeah, maybe about a year. Ooh, see a little bit of turbulence there. So it's kind of fighting me on the yoke, but not really. It's just a little bit of just a ripple. Look at that rainbow. Love Microsoft rainbows. AJ, you got rainbows in X-Plane 12? Look at that rainbow, man. Look at that. Once we go through 10, we'll turn the autopilot on. Did I see Mentor's last video on the Cathay Pacific 330? Jeremy, which one was that? I don't know. I don't believe I did. I watched a few Mentor videos recently. I watched the latest Green Dot one. That one was pretty cool. But I don't remember if I watched the latest one on Mentor. I'll have to check it out. Coming soon in Microsoft 24 Tornadoes. Order the TCA Boeing yoke Sunday, getting it Friday. Be better than my Velocity one. Oh, sack smacker. Yeah, dude, the Boeing yoke, the TCA Boeing yoke is phenomenal. All right, so here's 10,000. I'm going to go ahead and engage autopilot 1. Very good. Let's go ahead and get out of that. Go to full screen cam. I did find out, though, that the yoke, by watching Lou Dix as a real repo flight in the silver ATR, that the yoke does move with the autopilot on. So I have to adjust my profile slightly. And once I get that fixed out, I'll upload it to the cloud for anyone that has a Brunner. I'll uplink it once I finish the profile. Out of 10,000 feet, though, remember, let's not forget, let's have good light discipline here with VAAL. We got all the lights on except beacon, nav, and strobe. Let's go ahead and get the seatbelt sign off. You know what? Let's leave it on until we clear this little bit of weather right here. We're 170 knots. Cabin temps are holding perfectly, which I guess in the real thing, in the older ones anyway, it did not. They were just very hot all the time. Oh yeah, that's a view right there. Let me close this out here. But anyway, yeah, the TCA Boeing yoke, yeah, man, you're gonna love it. It's a huge step up. So I said it before, basically going from a entry-level yoke, such as either a Velocity or a CH yoke, which I say entry-level, they're still good yokes, but they are just that. They're entry-level pieces of hardware. That is, there's nothing wrong with that. And in flight sim, you got to be careful, because just because you spend more doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get more for what you're spending. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in with Microsoft and
for 1 kilo,
all sims really. Even X-Plane had the same deal. So you just because you spend more, you may not necessarily get a better product.
1 kilo November,
but
runway 010,
going to the
taxi
TCA
hotel,
Boeing
hotel
yoke, I can assure you it's a great product. You're going to love it. It's going to be a big game changer. That pendular motion. Well, and I think I made a...
Executive Eagle 5628, you could call San Juan Center, 135.7 CO.
35-7, Executive Eagle 5628. Have a good one. Thanks for the ATC.
Sure.
So, what was the freak? It was 35-7. 135.7. I got too busy with the SIAs. San Juan Center, good afternoon. Executive Eagle 5628. We're out of 12,000, climbing 17,000.
Executive Eagle 5628 from 1 Center, roger. Good afternoon.
Afternoon. I forget where I was going with that, what my train of thought was. Oh, yeah, the pendular motion. So, what I think, and I made a, I don't know if I ever emphasized it enough when I was using my TCA Boeing yoke, but the pendular motion to me was game changing, not necessarily because it's pendular in its design, because that mimics a pendular based yokes like in a Boeing or even in the ATR, it's a pendular, it's a column, right? The pendular motion, that wasn't really why I was so excited. What made it game changing for me was because it was pendular and not push pull, you could have really fine control in the flare. So like small, and not even just flare, just small movements with your yoke, you could get so much more precise with those movements when you have that pendular axis as opposed to a push-pull axis. So that to me is why that yoke was game changing. Now, going from that to the force feedback yoke, it's the same exponential increase because I don't need a pendular yoke for the precise movements because it's not a traditional push-pull. It's force feedback. So every movement that I do, and it's customizable force on it as well. So either way, you're going to love the TCA Boeing yoke. I loved it. I still have mine. I might sell it or I might bring it to the house. We'll see. Tyson, take it easy, man. No go-arounds. Hey, we're not going around today. We're pros now. We're pros. Any chats on the Vegas FSE? Gary, I'm going to try to get there. I will.
We are now airborne, crossing 4,000.
The Felis? Yeah, I would love to have the Felis. And some
271, radar contact, proceed direct bullpad. Climb flight level
Jacob,
3,
yeah, I got the TCA Boeing yoke, for sure worth it. Heck yeah. Carson says I just got it. Was hesitant
direct
to spend the much, but it's well worth it. Yep,
climb
indeed.
Flight level 360, range goes to 71.
Everyone's got good things to say about the Boeing yoke, and myself included. You know, it really is. It's a good piece of hardware. Let me make sure. TAT is at 6, so we are close to icing conditions. If we were in the clouds, we're kind of skating them right now. We're skating by right now. I think we're going to be just fine. Yeah, I think I'm going to take it home for the home setup, Kyle. Do you stream from an office? Please tell me how it works. Yeah, Lightspeed. So I run my whole V1 Sim
Good evening. This is
quote-unquote business. I run it out of a dedicated office space, and the reason for that being is I don't have internet capable of upload speeds, or even download speeds rather, but it's really the upload speed that gets you. And speed is a bad word, it's the stability. There's no wired connection, so even the office is a coax cable, which is like one of the worst wired connections, but it's still doable. So I don't have any wired connection option where I live, so I had to get an office. I started this channel when I lived in a home that had fiber, and then I just made it more and more difficult for myself. I am on Iveo, Super Hornet driver. I'm on Iveo. Jeremy, I'll have to check that one out. I think I remember that. Well, didn't that happen on the 777 as well? On a 777 British Airways a long time ago, the fuel froze. Right, I'm back. Oh, I like this mute function. It's really easy. Jeff L, yes, I'm in love with the ATR, man. I'm absolutely in love with the ATR. It's my new favorite airplane. Hardware makes a huge difference when it comes to the ATR. That's what I've found. Hardware makes a huge difference, and understanding the new features of looking at your screen. So like you see how like the recall, the arrow, single arrow. I mean, I can do a recall here. I can do manual delete all those. So just leave it here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Procedure menu. There we go. We're going to leave it on normal procedures. I guess we could run through it after takeoff.
Contact continuous fast.
After takeoff checklist, gear flaps, we're in climb, engine bleeds are on, lights are out, altimeters. I'll hit a magic barrel ref here before we level. There we go, no active procedures. So understanding how those little arrow keys and fancy pop-ups work is huge. So what it's doing is it's mimicking the symbols here. Like this is the panel that you would use to control the onboard checklist and toggle between some stuff on your screens. And I was saying, hey, I wish you could pop this panel out while you were looking at your screens, but I take that back. I mean, it might still be cool if you could like change this one to do it. That would be pretty cool. But this is the next best thing. I really enjoy it. It just took me a good 30, 45 minutes of reading about it and kind of understanding the manipulators at home after the last stream to really come down with it. Time to move to civilization, key 6? Hell no, man. Honeycomb Alpha, Thrustmaster Airbus side stick I have. I need Thrustmaster Boeing yoke, just doesn't feel right to fly the ATR. Or any yoke plane with a side stick. Oh, King Bob, yeah. Yep. Get yourself a yoke. Get yourself a Airbus, or not the Airbus. Get yourself the TCA yoke if you can. I think as far as dead fish sticks go, icing. Icing. Engine 1's on. Airframe on. Slow. Props on. That's going to take a lot of power. The boots don't work, do they? So we're picking up some icing according to Microsoft. So we'll leave the ice on right now. So we've got engine ice on. We've got airframe ice below -20 in slow. And we got our prop heats on. I don't think we need anything for the rudder, ailerons, and side windows. Less than -20. It's actually mode select less than -10. Alright, so I guess we got the ice on right now. Climb rate has crumbled. Good thing we leveled. So here's the thing. You're supposed to go to cruise thrust. You can see our ice AOA on. After we get to our target speed of 193. I'm going to tell you right now, folks, I think we might just cruise and climb for a bit because we are so dang slow. But she's beautiful. She's a slow, lumbering giant. Look at all that weather back there that we left. She's a lumbering giant. There's some islands down there. There you go. That's a cool view. An airship is catching up to you. My wife says so. Another piece of hardware for your flight sim obsession, King's Bob Kingdom. You know what? My theory is, ask for forgiveness rather than permission. If I got to pick between asking for permission or for forgiveness, it's always easier to go for forgiveness. Because if you ask for permission, it could trigger an argument that you're just going to have anyway if you ask for forgiveness. So why not have the argument and the product? It's a win. It's a win-lose as opposed to a lose-lose. You know what I'm saying? But don't take life advice from me. I am not a marriage counselor. Ice plus ATR reminds me of American Eagle. Yes, very sad, Jeremy. I knew a guy who was actually, so I call him friend, Mike Wadens. I flew with him for a number of years. His best friend was the first officer on that flight. And we talked about it quite a bit. Very sad, that ATR crash in Chicago, yeah. That's funny how you can have icing in the Caribbean. Well, James, we're also at 17,000 feet, so it's very possible. Very, very possible. But that's why that's why American had most of the ATRs down south, is because it was the likelihood of icing was so rare. After that crash in Chicago, wasn't that when they really pushed them all south? Because the ATR, when the ATR first came out, the older ATRs, they didn't realize how bad in ice it truly was. How does the ATR compare to the BAE 146 quality-wise? Ooh, to Qatari. The BAE is on a... The BAE is a complete, fully simulated, with failure airplane. It's definitely more depth. You know, I would put, in Airbus speak, the BAE would be the Fenix, and the ATR would be a hybrid fly-by-wire 320 and... yeah, it'd basically be like comparing the fly-by-wire and the Fenix. That's how I would compare it. The ATR is the fly-by-wire and the BAE is the Fenix.
Have a good day.
I hope you're using FT SimPack. Yes, Super Dill! Exclamation point sound pack. It'll bring you right to the. It'll give you a link right to the one I'm using. It's a super easy install too. It's a community folder install. An exam is starting. Cool. RJ's, Trevor. Yeah, RJ's did. Would you rather fly an ATR or Dash 8 in real life? Probably Dash 8. I don't know. The ATR is kind of cool, though. The ATR is... It's grown on me. I like this belly fairing thing. But I'd probably end up with a Dash 8. I'd probably end up with a Dash 8. Trying to see some of this Caribbean water down there before we go inside view. We'll do some cruise checks here in just a minute. Been loving the FlySimWare 414 lately, flying all around Florida. Oh yeah, main reason I got the Boeing yoke, Saxmacker. Yeah, 414 is a great bird. I'm gonna make profiles for all of these wonderful yoke-driven aircraft. It just takes some time. But the 414 is a great one. If you're enjoying the 414, check out the 310 from Milviz too. The 310 is another really good one. The edge that the 310 has for me over the 414 is the wear and tear. I don't name another add-on, maybe the Comanche, that gets dirtier, physically or visibly dirtier the more you fly it. So it's really cool to do like a mini tour. Start off with a brand new 310 and then fly from coast to coast in a 310 over the course of a month or whatever. And your 310 will be looking completely different if you look back at your screenshots. So I like that aspect of the 310 a little bit more, but the 414 though is phenomenal. Nothing wrong with the 414 at all. That's a great. The sound pack on the 414 is just. All right, I'm going to try to go into cruise power here. Let's see what we're going to drop down to. Cruise power is set. It's going to knock it off a couple percentage points there. We'll see what happens to our speeds, but we're past all that weather. We'll get the seatbelt sign off. We're kind of in this haze layer up here. There's a layer above us that could be, dropping some tidbits of moisture. That could be why we're getting some ice potential. So I'm going to leave the ice on for now, but we're cruising. The seatbelt sign is off. You can use your electronic devices, and there's no checklist that we need to do here. Let me check my paper checklist. After takeoff and climb, cruise, power management, cruise, navigation, check, top of descent, determine and cross check, and then we'll set it up. So our TOD for this route's probably going to be going right over PJM. So we got a little ways to go. There's Sluggo. Let me zoom the map out. There we go. We're looking good. TCAS above. Let me come over here and check my TCAS out here. Let's go to this panel on ATC. Where's my...
On Y2448, switching on positive.
Unicom 122.8, Amboy 3448. Thank you for your service. Bye-bye.
The TCAS panel. So that's transponder mode on ATC ident. Where's like the above and below for the TCAS? I can see it's in TCAS above mode. I want to change it. That's one thing I need to check out. Oh, listen, Joe. I don't know which view's the best. This view right here is pretty good. Serve page on the ND. Okay, I'll go back and check it. Thank you, Zippy. Liking the ATR any more than yesterday? Kyle, yes, I love it. This is my favorite airplane in the sim. No, I'm just kidding. I really enjoy it. I really do. Who makes the Comanche? A2A. C90 for Microsoft? No, I don't, Jeremy, unfortunately. Do you see yourself in a 350 in the future? No. Oh, Sam checked in. I got to go back. What did you say? Oh, yeah. RJ's changed the industry for better or for worse. Sam, you working on that application, man? I'm surprised you haven't got an interview yet. Under nav for your above, normal, and below. Thank you, Felix. Let's see. Totally need to pick up the 414, but for now, I'm into the Lear. Yes. Everything happens so fast. When you get it right, it's so rewarding. Multi-2 sim, yeah. We'll be back in the Lear. We'll be back in the Lear. So let me go over here. ND. Let's format. I like that. The serve page? The serve page. There's our perf page. It's not on that one.
Turbine 1905, switch Unicom 128.
Over to Unicom, thanks for the service, and hope you have a good evening. See you.
Oh. Hey. Well, I want to change, though. TA auto. Is there no way to change it from above or below, though? That's not what I want. Transponder and TCAS. Maybe you can't change it from above? Auto, TA, standby. I don't think I can change above or below, though. I don't think you can change above or below. It's just stuck in above. I mean, I'm sure you can in the real thing.
So wings 128, report ready for descent.
How do you get the box shows your mouse is hovering? Kings Bob, that's on the latest
That's
Oh,
that. We'll
update.
let you know we're ready to descend Silver Wings 128.
That's somewhere from navs. It's, I mean, that's the page. It should be there under TCAS. I don't, maybe it's not modeled. Oh, EFB
Descend
settings?
flight level 70, Silver Wings 128.
No. Oh, you mean EFB settings for the thing. Oh, yeah, if you want, click spot overlay. Click spot overlay is where you want the, that's what you want to have the little pop-ups for the screen for the screens. It's on the ND. I'm on ND. I should be able to change it from right here. If I go to traffic, ident, standby, altitude on off. I don't think it's modeled. It's not modeled. Nav ND overlay. That means nothing to me. I have no idea what that means. You're just that's a bunch of words. We're in nav mode, and this is the ND, and this is the overlay. There is no above or below changer button here. Click on the nav button. Nav. Those are nav radios. Ah, Pro ATR. Ah, I want norm. Is there anybody below us? Let's keep it in norm mode. There we go. See, now we're cooking. You know, I've never even pressed those buttons before. Huh. I never ever pressed those buttons before. Those words mean something. Well, they mean something when you put it like that. When all I see is nav ND overlay, that's just to me, you're just saying multiple things. Not nav button on the ND. Click on the ND to overlay. Alright, crisis averted. Crisis averted. We got it. We figured it out. Alright. Let's do some outside viewing. What? Oh, we're in the turn. Oh, there was some lightning back there. Did you see that lightning strike? Oh, so much for our sunny cruise. What type of music would they listen to back in these days, huh? Where's Piedmonter at when you need them for music recommendations? What's the onboard VAAL got? I got just some OG tracks here. I'm gonna turn down there we go. We got a little bit of cruising time, and then we're gonna start preparing for our descent. We'll go over our approach. We'll check the weather in St. Kitts. Should have been checklist format. The nav section is also where you manage the VOR, ILS, and ADF freaks. That would make sense for, well, maybe. I just put them in on the RMS page on the FMS. I didn't even know. I mean, I figured you probably could access them from there, but I just was going to the RMS page. Oh, we just had a lightning strike. That was an X-plane lightning strike. Can I get some X-planes in chat? Do we even have X-plane emoji anymore? That was an X-plane lightning strike over the water. 2 legs today, Fireflyer. We'll see. I was going to do the return leg back. What are our winds? Oh, look at that shot, though. Hold on, let me turn off frame gen real quick. With the sun just peeking through the propeller area there. Y'all, if you haven't hit the like button already, let's get this. Let's do something. The last turboprop streams have hit 300 likes, but it's all been on replay. Let's get 300 likes before this stream ends. Let's juice up that like button. Turboprops are where it's at. Jets are overrated. X-plane strike from the blue, exactly, Dale. Yeah, rookie one. Yeah, the shortcuts. That would make sense to just manipulate it from there. I was just going to that RMS page. Oh well. Now I know. Look, see, we're learning. See, ATR, man. ATR is the best airplane in Microsoft Flight Sim right now. I love to Fock emojis are a little sus. Nah, man. Fock. I love to fly the Fokker. Fokker F-28 might be the best flight model in the sim. It really, truly might be. Fokker F-28 is a phenomenal airplane. I got to get a Fokker profile. I got to get a 146 profile. There's so many profilings I need to do. I just don't have the time. I'm going to be out of town Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I got a tournament on Saturday up on Lake Lanier in Georgia. So we're taking the fam up. We're going to be gone Thursday and Friday. So I'm sure there'll be some juicy release this weekend. That's my official V1 status because I'll be gone, of course. but yeah, I wish I could just... I might have to take my force feedback yoke home to the house. Is there any ATR in X-Plane 12? I don't believe so, but there's a Q400 that's amazing. There's a Q400 that's amazing in X-Plane 12. Well, it used to be amazing in X-Plane 11. I haven't tried it in 12, but it was pretty darn good in 11. Not quite majestic Dash 8 level, but pretty darn good. Mike P, what? You have a life without us? How dare you cheat on us? I know, Mike. Dude, I legit... Mike P, I almost just said screw it. Let's just stay. Let's just not go. Like I already paid for my entry fee in the tournament. I just was gonna not fish it and just play with my force feedback yoke all week. That's how much fun I'm having. I almost want to just not do the whole thing. Let me see if my wife booked the Airbnb. Oh, yep, booked. I guess we're going. I have X-Plane 11. Is X-Plane 12 worth it? I don't know. Ask AJ. He's the X-Plane guru. There 35. You can now change altitude in thousands. Lufthansa. That's great. I'll have to do a Lear stream. We got to do a Lear stream before I leave. I'm going to be out on the water tomorrow. I'm getting the boat all ready, getting it prepped up. So I'm probably going to be gone during the day tomorrow. But don't count me out for an evening. I'm talking about like maybe 5 p.m., 6 p.m. Eastern start time stream tomorrow. Don't count that out. I'm not going to make any promises, but I would like to do one more stream before I peace out for a couple of days. Mike P, I'm sure you're very familiar with playing with your yoke all day. V1 got me inspired firing up the ATR now. Jacob M, I'm telling you, man, if you have a bunch of bugs, do a fresh install, and I'll walk you through one situation that I had that I knew something was buggy with my airplane. Oh, we got TOD in 7 minutes. So on my home PC, I went to unfeather the propeller, or I'm sorry, I went to unbrake or release the prop brake on my propeller. I did not have the ready light. I did not use the hydraulic button on the pedestal. My propeller did not come out of did not get released, essentially. So I reset the switch, I hit the hydraulic button on the pedestal, and then I released the prop brake, and my propeller came out of the braked position and started spinning up. Cool. On the PC at my sim, the one I'm on now, I had the same thing happen, and I could not get the propeller out. Even when it had the ready light and I released the brake, it would not release the propeller. That and a few other small things I noticed were like, what? That's weird. So what I did is I just uninstalled the ATR completely and then just did a fresh install, and now I was able to do, I even tested it before stream. I tested that same propeller bug. And I wouldn't even call it a bug because it's fixed if you have the current version. You can get your propeller unlocked if you do it incorrectly even. So do a fresh install. That was what I would recommend if you have issues.
628, when ready, descend to level 70.
All right, descend to level 70 for Executive Eagle 5628. And then so once you figure out that you have a nice clean install, learn the manipulators on the screens, and again, turn that on in the EFB. You conquer those two things. That's really just one thing. Just make sure you understand the manipulators. Then you're gonna really enjoy the ATR a lot more, in my opinion. You got to understand the manipulators, and I was having a hard time understanding them at first, but now I think I've got it. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna turn off the anti-ice. Let's see if we get an ECAM. All right, ice AOA. Now this will stay on, I believe, the whole time, right? Unless you reset this. Can I click it? Oh, it went away. Okay, we'll speed back up. Well, we can't even speed up because we're so slow. We're doing 198. All right, it's time to start prepping for a descent, though. All right, so we'll turn off Funky Pants. Let's bring up the sim sounds. V1, let's hope you don't play with any dead fish during your tournament, since after all you did, and you're playing with a dead fish. I know. Hopefully no dead fish. That's what I did before the stream. I went and cleaned out my live wells. I did a full-blown hydrogen peroxide cleaning. Make sure that's one thing I'm huge on is fish care actually in tournament fishing. Completely unrelated to flight simulation. 1,000%. I don't even know why we're talking about it, but it's a huge passion of mine. Just as passionate as I am for flight sim, I am for fishing. And fish care in tournaments, because it's 5 alive. You get punished for dead fish, but dead fish are, it's unacceptable to me. I mean, sometimes it's unavoidable, but I do everything I can to keep my fish alive all day long. Keep not only just alive, but keep them healthy. I buy additives and chiller plates and all that stuff. All right, we're about to go down. We got 7,000 feet set. VNAV path. Down we go. Now it's a little aggressive on the pitch over. I'm going to bring the power back just a tad. All right, we are starting down. I need to check the weather in St. Kitts. How are we going to do that? I think they're landing the other direction. So no NDB approach. No NDB approaches today. So let's set up a regular approach. We're going to do the RNAV 25. Is there an NDB? What's the NDB alpha? I really wanted to do an NDB approach today. Let me check the weather. Let me pull up Navigraph for you. Y'all can follow along. Yeah. You guys like fish sticks? Have a Brunner reel, no dead fish. All right, what's the METAR? 180 at 12. Ooh, direct 180 at 12. No ATIS. The TAF is showing gusty winds at 17. Yeah, we're gonna have to land the other direction. Let me go to the regular airport. I'm thinking 7 is not going to be the deal. Yeah, I think we're going to have to take 25 with those winds. 180 would be a direct crosswind. 17, yeah, it'd be a quartering tailwind on 7. So no NDB approach for us today. But let's look at the NDB alpha. Yeah, we don't even have a chart for it. So we're going to do the RNAV 25. Let's take it off of. Can we take it off of Zapata? I don't think it'll let us. Looks like it's coming off Ugdal. Ugdal is the final approach fix. That works. We'll go final approach fix. Yeah, all right. We'll keep SKB in there for our turn and our descent profiling here. You can see we're just about 226. That's fine. I'm going to leave the power set about 45% N1. Or I said N1. I guess technically it's N1. Torque. Let's go ahead and look at our descent check. FWS, recall landing elevation, 100 feet is set. FMS nav, perf. Left the thing on the screen for you. What's the MDA? Y'all tell me the MDA. I think we're category B, right? Straight in landing, LNAV only, doesn't matter. 1,000 feet. MDA, it's only a VNAV DA in lieu of MDA depending on operator policy, which back in the day we were doing straight up LNAV, so it's 100 or 1,000 plus 50, so let's call it a 1050 on the MDA. Oh my gosh, I almost just threw away that whole scene of Microsoft on OBS. We're going to set an MDA of 1,050. Let me just click and hold. Does the yoke move with the autopilot? Liam, it does. I'm working on my profile to, at first I thought it didn't in the ATR. So I'll probably end up having to do a video on the Brunner yoke, which I was kind of trying not to. So like, full disclosure, I reached out to Brunner multiple ways. Through email, through contact, through something else I found. Who's that for?
Aeromexico 271.
I reached out multiple ways to try to see if they wanted to do some sort of like a partnership or sponsorship. Never heard back from them. The only two companies to ever ghost me, like I've been told no before, we're going another direction, that's fine, but the only two companies to ever ghost me, Honeycomb and Brunner. So take that for what you will. It's kind of interesting. So they never did get back to me. I ended up buying one anyway. Like I said, I bought it with my own money. And not that I don't want to promote it. I just want to make sure I really, really put it through its paces before I start recommending it. And so you know what's really was the catalyst for me pulling the trigger on the Brunner was frame generation. I was preparing to get a 5 Series card. I still might get a 5 Series card when they drop, but I was really preparing to get a 4090, get a native frame generation. But with the frame gen mod, I no longer needed to. I'm not going to get a 49. I'm not going to get a 40 Series card. So with the money I was preparing to spend on that, I pulled the trigger on the Brunner, and I couldn't be happier. Absolutely love it. N1 would correspond more to NL. I don't really. Well, technically, N1 the NL. I got you, rookie one. Statement about the VATSIM ban when? Christopher Levin, it's on my. If you want, my official statement for the VATSIM ban is on my community tab. You can just check it out there. My official statement. I'm going to bring the power back a little bit more here. We're at 9,000 feet. Let's get our lights on. We'll get our device, and that's on. 122.8 for exact 5628. Thanks for the ATC tonight.
You're welcome.
All right, look at that. ATC all the way to our destination. That's him. Never heard of her. Aveo is where it's at, man. 122.8. All right, let's go ahead and we'll keep coming down to 7,000, and then we'll set out for a...
St. Kitts traffic, Silver Wings,
St.
128
Kitts.
over Tipper inbound on the RNAV 25, St. Kitts.
Okay, so he's going over RNAV. We're about 20 miles to the north. We'll set up for the RNAV 25. St. Kitts traffic, Executive Eagle 5628, 20 miles to the west. Correction, to the north out of 7,000 feet. We'll also set up for the RNAV 25, St. Kitts traffic. Dimitri, welcome back to Commercial Pilot, man. Glad to have you on board. All right, there's our altitude alert window. Let's keep coming down to 5,000. We're going to keep on trickling down. Get nice and low. Look at the juicy water down there. 5,000 is set. Oh, look at those views, though. Just got home. How you liking the ATR? Happy fishy? Speaking of fish, love it, man. Now that I've properly put some time into learning how this bird operates within the sim, not necessarily just systems, but like how to manipulate the checklist better, understanding the symbology on the screens in the latest update. That's huge. That is, Hans did a great job. That was a genius idea to put the symbology on the screens. And then once I understood what the symbology meant, how to do main procedure clear out all the unnecessary cautions, just made my life so much easier. And now the sound pack and the high quality liveries. I love this bird. It's a dog. I kind of want to take the 42. Maybe we should take the 42. We should do like a second leg in the 42 somewhere, not on VAL, but maybe on. Let's do IAS descent. We're going to come out of VNAV. We'll go IAS down 220. We're just going to go straight IAS descent here. Maybe we should do a second leg like in the 42, just maybe a quick hop back to Juliana, or is there a fun airport out of here we could just hop to? I don't know. We'll see. So stupid. When will flight simming forums and services stop the stupid railroad crap?
For anyone inbound,
It is what it is, Chris.
Very strong quartering crosswind.
It is what it is.
Left about 30 knots.
Oof, 30 knot winds down there. Preparing for the go-arounds, chat. Did you pick up the 10-pack? AJ, what do you mean that 10-pack? Oh, no, I didn't. Because I already bought like 6 of them individually. Keep heading south, TLPC St. Lucia. Benji, how far is that? How far is St. Lucia from here? Should we do a second leg, chat? I don't know. We didn't hit 300 likes, so I guess we can't do a second leg. I guess we're just going to do one leg. That's fine. We'll do one perfect leg because you guys don't like it enough. Didn't even get to show you my fancy cabin. All right, let's go direct to Udjul for the approach. Will put us on a dog leg. St. Kitts traffic, Executive Eagle 5628. About 15 miles now to the north. We're setting up for that RNAV 25. We might cut the final short. We got traffic inside on final. I just picked him up there.
Charge traffic, German F4714, we're in a 3-mile final.
Is there someone else on final?
St. Kitts traffic, Silver Wings 128, be clearly active on taxiway.
Oh no, Silver Wings is down.
Terminal. St. Kitts.
Alright, cool. Let's go back to Notch. Really loving the ATR streams. Thanks for giving her another chance. Hey, RC Flyer. Thank y'all for making me not give up on it. I know Zippy, our fake green dot, he's been wanting me to get back in the ATR. He's like, just fly it. Just fly it, V1. It's awesome. It's nice. It's nice now that I got it. DHMDA, arrival briefings complete, visual approach. I'm going to clear those two out. See, look, manual delete, manual delete. Let's go back to normal. I'm going to come all the way down to approach, check. Seatbelts, landing lights, altimeters, magic barrel ref key has been hit. Cabin altitude is checked. That's going to leave us with normal procedures. And let's do before landing. We'll leave that one up. Cabin crew, we could check that. Landing gear, we'll leave it there at the gear. So, checklists are complete. Let me zoom this puppy down. I think it's time to hand fly and fly a visual approach. That's at or above 2,500 feet. So I'm going to set 2,500. And we're just going to fly the visual. Now, did I bind my autopilot disconnect properly? Let's see. Okay, that's autopilot disengaged, right? It is disconnected. Now, let's see if I hit it again. Perfect. Yes, so I did bind the correct binding. For some reason, the autopilot binding is the hardest binding to bind in Microsoft Flight Sim. Let's bring some power out. We'll kind of cut the final short here. Oh yeah, we're looking good.
You can go ahead, Caribbean. I'll give West Wing.
All right, let me get the flight recorder up and ready to roll. Remind me when we're on final.
Parallel parking to the terminal. I've stopped here.
Okay, copy that.
Don't forget your tail hook. No tail hook today. I mean, today's landing is going to feel like a breeze compared to yesterday. We'll go ahead and kill the flight directors too. We're going to go straight visual. Let's bring it back to idle.
Brad, charge traffic, German F4714, we're cleared from Wichita.
Oh, that's beautiful. St. Kitts traffic, Executive Eagle 5628, we're on an extended right base 25. Why does one have to pick the appropriate procedure every time? Shouldn't it automatically show the next one? I think it does, McAllen, but I just put it up to remind myself because it's single pilot. But I think you're correct. It will trigger the next one as long as there's no other faults going on.
You get 3162, establish 1012.
Slower down there. Now I can hit the approach push button. We'll have V path armed. And technically we could go D2 keeper execute. That's the FAF. Let's go ahead and spin her around. I think about 1,500 feet is what we need here. So about 1,700. Let's get ready to level off here. We don't want to get too low out here. As much as I want to look at the water. Alex Davis, thanks for the $5 super chat, man. Appreciate it. V1, love your content, learning so much. I fly UAVs, but I have 600 man hours. Cool. I'd like to switch careers, but I feel stuck. Any suggestions? Alex Davis, appreciate the support on that $5 super chat. Well, if you feel stuck, like switching, you want to get into like manned flight, and there's no time like the present. There's a couple flight schools. I mean, I don't know. Are you a military? I mean, it depends. If you're military, flying UAVs in the military could be a little bit different. But hey, what I always say is, there's no time like the present. If you're going to do it, jump off the ship and start working towards it. If you want to fly commercially, this is a pretty amazing time to find jobs in commercial aviation. So the timing is right. It's just going to depend on, obviously, your financials, and because it's expensive to go you know, 600 hours. I mean, you've definitely got some time. I don't know what ratings you have. It's going to cost definitely a little bit of money to get all the ratings necessary. Might want to press the standby button on the autopilot, go full fidget, and deactivating the standby button. Pressing the standby button. Standby button. Alright, power's coming back, gear's coming down. This is going to TO. We're slowing up down. Oh, I forgot to do my V speeds. Perf. Magic barrel ref. Ah, that's alright. We're going to get high if we don't focus this. Button on the left. Oh. Oh, it just gets rid of the... Well, that makes sense. Alright, let's slow her on down. Let's get that next launch of flaps in there. We got a little bit distracted. Alright, recording is on. We're a little bit high. Let's go ahead and correct. We might have to go around. Let's do an S turn here. I saw a 737 doing this in New Orleans the other day. Doing hard S turns on final to get down.
Approaching minimum. Minimum.
Runway's in sight. Doing some S turns on final. Definitely getting a little bit of wind there. Look at that, 30 knots. One more S turn back to the left. We should be just all right here. There's one red. Ooh, a little bit of turbulence.
500.
All right, we're 500 feet. That's our minimum stable. We're stable at 500. A little bit correcting here for center line. Yaw damper's coming off.
200. 150. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Ooh, that wind. That was a little bit unstable. Oh, we have to go all the way down? I thought that was an exit right there. Let's keep going. Let's go all the way down. 21 knot crosswind. I beat the spicy. Alright, reverse high speed. Exclamation point sound pack, Lake Ran. Alright, we are clear. Let's get our landing lights off, wing lights. That can stay on, stroke can stay on. Do we park next to Silver? Or we park next to the Transall? Let's park next to the Transall. Alright, I'm gonna go left fuel pump off. Oh no, I got stuck in the click and drag bug. I haven't done that in a while. I'm going to actually I should hotel the second one first, right? So we'll go feather mode on number 2. With that slowing down to feather, we'll juice up this. Oh, we have to put the lock on. Gosh, this airplane is a lot of work. It is ready. Prop brake on. That should slow the prop down. That is a beautiful model. That must be the exact one in this that I have, because it must be just how it does the model matching. Oh, we're gonna touch tips. Well, I'll go below you. That's all right. Burp. All right, brakes are set. All right, with our brake set, our prop brake is on this engine. That fuel pump is off. Let's go ahead and secure. Mouse got bugged. Let's go ahead and secure this one. That's gonna feather and cut off. As that slows down, we'll clear those cautions. We will get the beacon light off. Keep the logo line on. We'll turn that off. And that's what we're going to do for a through flight. That's going to stay on. We'll get these off. We'll get the windshield heats off. That looks good. Let's go ahead and connect.
That's some nice taxi parking there, guys.
You like that? Let's go ahead and connect ground power. It tells me that we're connected. We'll go here. We'll go ahead and cut you off. That's closing down, and let's go ahead and open the main door, tail prop, chock it, cargo door. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I thought we could deplane. That's fine. I guess we don't need to simulate deplaning. Let's go back to our Pegasus and see how we did. Oof. Landing rate says 246. Flight time 1 hour and 8 minutes. We'll go ahead and file that. Mission accomplished. Why are our wheels still spinning? That's kind of weird. All right, I'm gonna close that. Make sure we don't have that popping up again. Beautiful flight, though. Beautiful flight. Happy Fishy, welcome to Private Pilot. Glad to have you on board, man. All right. Now the question is going to be, everything is off. To do proper replay, let's go into replay mode here. Let's disconnect from Iveo. And let's go ready for taxi. Bring my prop levers up. And hit that. It's going to do its thing. There's a bug with the gear hydraulics. Azobo's aware of it. All right, good deal. That's going to start them up here, and we'll go to replay mode. No second leg. I don't know. I kind of want. Let's go to Juliana. Let's do one leg. We've already been to Juliana. Where can we go from here that's close by? Is it going to start the second one for me? I need it to start up. Let me look at where we are. There's a Cessna Citation on final. Tapa? How far is Tapa from here? Let's see. St. John's. I could hop over to St. John's. Let me see if I have any 42 liver. Like, it's only a 54-mile flight. Should we take a little 42 over there? Are these engines up and running? What's going on here? Why are we not starting up? Close you up. Really? Only gonna have? Oh, because the prop brake's on. No, the prop brake is off. Are you locked? Oh, with the AC Essential, no auto switch? Hold on. I don't know how to fix this. What's weird is it's... Oh well. It's not in feather. Oh well, let's see what it does in replay. Screw it. Oh, I thought it was going to be moving. Oh, that's unfortunate. Let's wind it back to when we landed. Probably right about there. All these real-time landings have us landing at night.
Minimum.
Gosh, I wish I could unfeather that prop. No, it's not in feather. Just bugged. Because it's... So, I mean, it's obviously working. Yeah, it says prop brake is on, though. We'll hide it. We'll watch this. Unstable approach will lead to an unstable landing for sure. Should have just flown the full approach because we were high. Be careful of that tail. That was real close. I hit the tail bumper. Try something real quick. Now that we're out, I'm going to stop replay here. Hold on. I'm going to set the brake. I'm going to try to, I'm going to try something. Since it says it's running. There, unlock. Hey. Now I'm going to bring it up. And now, if I undo you, ladies and gentlemen, yes we do. Now, I'm going to stop it. So I'm flying again. I'm flying, gears coming down. Let's configure ourselves. Let's try it again. Let's actually do a little bit of a slip.
Approaching minimum. Minimum.
Yaw damper's off. There we go. Now we'll get a little bit of right, left aileron, right rudder in there. Oh yeah. All right, work it out, work it out. Yeah, 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 yeah. There we go. Let's try this again. Oh, there we go. Nice stable final at 500. That's what I love about this replay mode. Mulligan mode. Damn, this is gusty though. That just shifted straight headwind, then that went back to a crosswind. Goodness. Why has it been so windy here?
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Settle down. Touchdown, dang it. What's a go around? Well, I've never done a go around. Go around flaps. Let's do one visual circuit. Back to notch. That was not a balked landing. What are you talking about? That was pretty good.
Don't sink.
I'm gonna make a tight pattern arrow. 26 knot crosswind. Look at this. We're flying sideways. Look at that crab. Let's just try one more for fun. We don't have enough time to go full second leg. That's what it actually looks like in the daytime. That's pretty nice. It's a windy as heck due to a storm in the area. I can tell the whole week it's been, I mean, there's 30 knot crosswind in this thing. Look at this. 28 knots. That's pretty wild. Let's bring it on back. Now this is going to be a very tight turn in because that wind is going to blow us right over the final. Roll it in. Let's do a steep turn to final here. Look at that. ATR Pro Pilot. Down and below. Let's go flaps approach. Run that trim. Yeah, look at that. With that steep turn, we still overshot. Crazy. Gear down. I'm going to record this one. Let's do another recording.
Approaching minimum.
Runway's in sight. Slowing up. I want to get a cool one to have to like clip, because not every day you get to land that 30 knot crosswind. Plus Microsoft makes it feel like 50 knots. Alright, 2 whites, 2 reds. Yaw damp is off. Gosh.
500.
It's like when we go below these hills here to our left, I mean I can feel it bumping the airplane around. I'm going to start slowing up to our ref speed. Just a little bit fast. Get that crazy sink right there.
50, 40, 30, 20.
Whoa, look at that wind. That's right, we're still going to touch down right on that marker. Kiss it. I mean, that's full right rudder. I'm full right rudder. I can't get over to the left. That's pretty wild. Maybe it needs a little bit more ground handling on that rudder authority. I'll be curious to see what that one looked like. Let's see.
Don't sink. Don't sink. 500. Don't sink.
Alright, then we got to go. I gotta go get some bunny food. Or chicken food. Imagine taking that 777 in here. 777's coming here. Look at that, look at that. Just a huge gust. Ooh, that was good though. I'll take it. I'm full left. Look, I'm full, or full right rudder rather. Full right rudder. Rudder? I can't get it on the center line. Uh-oh. Mike P, yeah, they were off for tiller cam there. Let me play it for you.
Thanks for putting in all the effort and sharing your ATR knowledge.
Mike P coming in with a $30 bank angle check, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate the support, Mike. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. Maybe stay dry, maybe dry out a little bit. I know it's been pretty rainy out in your neck of the woods, but appreciate the support, man. Glad you enjoyed the content. I'm loving the ATR. ATR is my new favorite airplane. We'll fly it more. We're gonna get back into our jets, so maybe some Lear stuff. Look at that water down there. It looks so good. Maybe a Learjet stream, maybe a BAE stream. I don't know. There's a lot of fun streams I want to do now that we got force feedback. I got to try them all. We got to try all the airplanes that we have because we have force feedback now. How do you reverse on this kind of engine? What do you mean, how does it reverse? It basically changes the angle of the blades of the propeller to push the air forward as opposed to bringing it back in forward thrust. So TBM, we got to do that. A320 will come soon enough. 748, ooh, 748, we should probably do that too. But y'all, I hope you enjoyed this one. It was fun doing some VAAL ops. Slowing it down, running the checklist. I mean, what I told you though, I was going to be completely different from yesterday. I think the only thing, well, wasn't even a thing. I didn't know I could manipulate the traffic from that window, so that was pretty cool. We even learned something. But no, I like this bird. It's a good bird. You just need to take some time to understand how to manipulate the manipulators. Until the next one, though, y'all stay safe. I'm going to be out of here probably, I don't want to promise tomorrow evening, but I'm going to try to do tomorrow evening. So I'll think of something to fly, and then I'll post it up if I have the time. But until then, y'all enjoy the rest of your week. Have a wonderful weekend. If I don't see y'all before the Super Bowl, go Niners. And, yeah. That's all I got. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'm V1. See ya. was no tail strike. Where? No tail strike, AJ. Watch yourself.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Tail strike.
Don't sink.
Get out of here.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
I'm not sinking.
Don't sink. Don't sink.